Khalil Rountree responds to the criticism from the MMA community regarding him getting the title shot against Alex Pereira. Khalil versus Alex goes down at UFC 307. Some fans felt Khalil to be undeserving of a title shot at this moment, due to the fact that he's currently ranked 8th in the light heavyweight division and is coming off a win over Anthony Smith. Khalil was booked to fight Jamal Hill, but was forced out of the fight for testing positive for a banned substance. Khalil released a statement saying it was due to a tainted supplement. Many fans thought that Magomed Ankalaev deserved the opportunity more. Khalil says that the criticism is not his problem. He also has a message for Alex Pereira. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Khalil said, "I got a call from Hunter Campbell. I was having a bad day that day, dealing with some other stuff. And he was like, hey, I'll make your day better. We've got this opportunity for you to fight Alex in October. It kind of came by surprise, but of course I'm going to accept. That's the fight I've wanted. It's the fight I've been calling for, and I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm grateful. I understand that people are upset. Whatever. It's not my problem for one. It's not my problem. It's out of my control. They give me the call, okay, I take it. Let them deal with their own problems. Let them talk to the UFC. Whatever. Fans are not happy about this. I don't know why. I couldn't even call them true fans if you're not happy about this matchup. But for everybody else, they're absolutely right. It's going to be exciting from start to finish, and I'm hyped. This is what I've been working for. When I started MMA, everything, my life changed. It all happened kind of by accident, but I stayed strong. I stayed dedicated, and I've always had a belief that this was possible. Now I'm finally here and I'm living in this reality that was a dream. So what it means to me is everything. It's that time I've always seen in my mind. Now it's here. I've got a message for Alex, and that's see you in October. Everybody else, nothing. Watch me in October." Brendan Schaub has responded to Dricus Du Plessis going at him after UFC 305. It started with Brendan predicting that Israel Adesanya would not only defeat Dricus, but he would beat the shit out of him. After defeating Izzy, Dricus posted this to X. He wrote, "At Brendan Schaub, great prediction. You has been. Just kidding, you've never been." Brendan responded on his podcast and admits that he was wrong.
With DDP, because he's so well-rounded, he's tough to prepare for because he's going in there and he makes it a straight-up fight. Is he, Mackenzie Dern or Gilbert Burns on the ground? Nope. Nope. He's not a 10 down there. He's an 8. Is he a 10 on the feet? Nope. He's an 8. He just always figures out a way to get the job done. That's what he's world-class at. Toughness, 10. You would say he's just the best fighter. He's just good at everything. Your boy was wrong. Your boy was wrong. And it's not, again, this is a different conversation. If Izzy looked like a shell of himself and got another DUI like he did in the Strickland fight, there was none of that. That was a damn good Izzy. He beat him, man. Took his best shot and beat him. Kudos. He's a beast. Nothing but respect.
Israel Adesanya uploaded a video to his YouTube channel recapping his loss to Dricus Du Plessis. Izzy clarifies that right before the finish, he did not point at the ground like Max Holloway. He pointed to the ground because he was saying he tripped.
Okay.
The finishing sequence.
Let me explain this because the commentary booth got it wrong. But again, it's on the fly and it's what you see in real time. I was moving and then my right ankle rolled and I tripped as he was throwing. So to the untrained eye, or in the moment, it looked like, I can't remember who said, I think maybe Dom said, "Oh, that was a really bad shot he got hit with." And it looked like I was rocked. So, but then I got up and circled out and I pointed at the ground, looking at him. And DC goes, "He's pointing at the ground like Max Holloway, like, come here." Nope. What I said to him was like, "I tripped. You didn't rock me." I didn't want him to think he rocked me or anything.
Robert Whittaker gave his breakdown of Dricus Du Plessis' victory over Israel Adesanya on the MM Arcade podcast. Rob says he was extremely impressed with how Dricus still fights well even when he's tired. Go check out Rob's full breakdown. A link to MMA Arcade will be in the description.
I think he didn't expect Adesanya's wrestling defense to be so good. I don't think he expected Adesanya's ability to get up to be as good as it was, because we saw when Dricus got him down, I think it was in the second round, and held him down, really forced that position. When eventually Adesanya did get up, Dricus was blown. He was tired. In saying that, dude fights well tired. Technically nothing changes from when he's tired to when he's not tired. He's just a little faster. The dude's there's a method to his madness. Like, I'm making light of it and making it funny, but the dude is a weapon. He's a true warrior. And I can say that firsthand because he beat me, right? With the same cumbersome throwing punches, right? It's funny. I saw the same moment Adesanya had in that fight. You see the punches, you move out of the way of the punches, and you realize, like, he's slow. I can see them. Like, I got this. Like, it's almost like you're like, this is too easy. Like, I can see everything. And then all of a sudden it hits you. Then he starts climbing on you when he starts closing that gap a little bit more. Like, he starts risking it a little bit more, like lunging into his shots, and it closes that inch that you thought you were safe by a little bit. Then there's a factor of his power, and he's got power.
Dricus Du Plessis' coach Morne Visser is targeting a matchup with Alex Pereira in December. He wants Dricus to move up to light heavyweight rather than Alex come back down to 185. Speaking to Submission Radio, Morne said no, I won't give him the joy to go down to 185 pounds. We'll just go up, because when we beat him, he'll say that we had to go down and he was fatigued and whatever. So no, we'll go up. I'm sure the UFC will be okay with that, going up. If that's what he said, I know Dricus' game, so we'll go up. I'm not going to wait for him to come down. He's fighting in October. I really hope the UFC gives us the blessing for this December. As soon as that. It's a different game plan. There's no way we're going to walk away from getting asked from the UFC to do something like that. We were criticized a few times because of Dricus saying no with injuries in the past. This fight was supposed to happen earlier. I'm glad it didn't, because I'm sure Izzy's changed his whole game plan. So this was a proper brawl. In regards to a rematch against Israel Adesanya, Morne continued, I did say to Izzy earlier when I saw him, I do believe there is talks about doing Africa, so South Africa sometime. I don't think it's going to be too soon, but I said to Izzy that I think the only guy that deserves to fight us in Africa is Izzy. It will be a rematch, and the only guys that deserves Africa are the two Africans, the true Africans, nobody else. Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo have a bit of a heated debate when discussing Dricus Du Plessis' comments to Israel Adesanya regarding Africa. Kamaru says that the color of your skin does have an impact on your quality of life in America, and Henry disagrees.
Where it got to, for me, it was a little untasteful. It was a little untasteful, well, not a little, very untasteful, because this is how the division continues to how the division is continuously perpetuated. Is how can you, was Israel born in Africa? Yes. Was he raised in Africa? Yes. Until his family moving him out to look for an opportunity. Now, we can try to not say race all we want to, and not say race all we want to, but if there's anything that we know, especially being in America right now, Henry, you and I, if there's one thing that we do know, is that the color of your skin does play a part. Yes or no? It does.
But when we talk about America, though, Kamaru, America's the world, bro. You have Chinese Americans, Mexican Americans.
But Henry, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I'm gonna have to.
But is there a difference?
Have to disagree with you.
Okay, so you're disagreeing that the way that the color of your skin does not play an impact in the quality of life.
Not in America, man. I don't think so. I think that's all subjective. I think that's. I mean, look at a guy like LeBron James.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, so you're telling me if you get pulled over, or one of our producers gets pulled, no, you have to answer that, because we already opened the can of worms. You're trying to say that if we got pulled over, you got pulled over, or I got pulled over, we would be treated the exact same way.
I can't answer that because I'm not black.
I'll answer it for you. I'll answer it for you. Absolutely not. We will not be.
Daniel Cormier explains why Sean Strickland should be worried that he may not end up getting the next title shot. DC thinks that the winner of Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev may end up getting the shot. On the good guy, bad guy with Chael Sonnen, DC said, I think the worry for Sean Strickland is he beat Paulo Costa. Robert Whittaker has also beaten Paulo Costa. Whittaker's also beaten Ikram Aliskerov. If Whittaker puts Chimaev behind him, it would make a very compelling argument that Whittaker should be next. He wants Whittaker to win. He needs him to win. Because the Robert Whittaker in the fight, how it played out between him and DDP, if Khamzat Chimaev wins now you have something to worry about. Because now you have this undefeated guy who for so many years, we thought it was only a matter of time until he became world champion. Khamzat immediately looked like a guy who would be a champion. You could see it. And that would make me concerned if I'm Sean Strickland. He shouldn't feel so good, because when Dana White speaks, he may go, this guy's next, this is who we have. But there's a tone to his voice that makes you believe that what he's telling you is certain. I didn't hear that tone. I didn't hear that for sure tone for Sean Strickland. So I do believe that there's room for Chimaev to work his way in there. Sean O'Malley believes he's in Merab's head.
It's crazy how just like unstoic and just insecure he is. Like, I just can't imagine if I'm on the streets and said Merab's gonna f you up or something, me actually feeling like a certain way, like it's like, oh, it pulls someone's head. It's just, we're in his head, fellas. So you guys keep poking at that little guy. Keep poking at him. Keep poking at him. It's gonna be hilarious.
Sean Strickland had some words for Jon Jones today. Sean made an appearance on Eric Nixick's new podcast called Verse Us. A link to the full podcast will be in the description. Sean claims that either Jon's dad or brother was giving him dirty looks during a UFC event due to some comments that Sean made about Jon in the past. Sean adds that Jon is a piece of shit and says Jon should lean into that role and just own it. And if he did, even Sean would root for him.
You know what makes me laugh? You know what makes me laugh, dude? Him, like, so I was at a fight and we fought. And I think he had a brother or dad, and they're just sitting there mad dogging me. And I'm like, bro, why are you guys mad at me? Did I hit the pregnant? No. Did I smack his wife? No. Did I do the drugs? No, dude. You know, if Jon Jones, why I go so hard on him, if he were to just be like, guys, I'm a piece of shit. I try not to be a piece of shit, but I'm a piece of shit. Then I'd be like, all right.
He tries a Trojan horse to
But he's a Trojan horseshoe, dude. He's like, he talks about God and as he's doing off a stripper. Like, dude, come on, you mother. Like, don't do me like that.
Just be the villain, right? Just lean into it.
Be the villain, bro. Yeah. You are a villain. You are not a good man.
Yeah.
You are not a decent man. You are a piece of who is one of the best fighters in the world. Yeah. Own that. Be a piece of and then I'll be like, yeah, look at that scumbag. Let's go, Jon Jones. Dude, I want to root for you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I was watching you as a kid on. I want to root for you.
Right.
But, like, you know, next time you hit a pregnant chick, bro, just drive faster. Oh, man, dude.
Canceled yet? Are we good?
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from McChillin7580. Says, I hate having to see Aiden Ross in these videos. The second one's from Za Rotunda. Says, Dear Full Mount, nobody gives a flying f about IRL streamers or any other social media plug. This is an MMA channel. Keep it to MMA. Message received. And the final one's from Doom Studios. It says, Full Mount, Conor is never coming back. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.